Welcome all night coin people. It's the middle of the night live stream. Time to go through some more rolls. Try to put another set together. Had success with almost 2 complete sets so far in the last 48 hours. Just everything but the 2024 Philadelphia nickel, which has got twice the mintage of the Denver nickel. We found quite a few of the Denver ones. Struggling to find the 24 Philadelphia. We're going to keep going until we get them. We have to buy some. I think I bought a few rolls before. They're not that expensive. It shouldn't be that hard to find. We may just go in and buy a couple. Have them on the way just in case. Hey there. It's late night. It's coins. It's us. It's pain, man. Yeah. Wow. Good times. How you doing tonight? You guys working? You're working? What's going on, Sin City Gabriel? MSK, welcome. How are things across the ocean? Welcome. Coin collecting time. We got these nickels here. Got that box there. 6:39. You almost done with work, aren't you? I just woke up and I waited too long to re-establish the chemical balance. So we're gonna do it now. It's gonna take about an hour for it to kick in and take over. So in the meantime, we'll do some nickels. This is so much more constructive than I used to do back in 12, 15 years ago when I first had my heart issues. I would go down to the casino, hang out at the nickel machine. It's just nickels, no big deal. Play 3 nickels at a time. Very controlled gaming back in the day. That's why they don't do them anymore. You can sit at a nickel machine with a $20 bill, play an hour. It was fantastic. That was back in the day. Not anymore. 20 minutes left. Say hi to all the coworkers for me. I know they're there. What's up, coworkers? Yeah. Is everything safe and sound tonight? I hope so. If you're watching this on the replay, you have no idea what time it is. That's okay. MSK789 with a 20. Is that New Zealand? What is that money there? I appreciate that. I got 20. I like to learn what those symbols are. Thank you so much for that. I remember those days. I'd sit at the video poker for an hour on those nickels. Yes. So much fun. I had the double, triple wild cherry slot machine. Then we had the triple star slot machine. And then there was one, it had the 7s and had the 4th wheel. Oh, I can't remember what it's called, but it was freaking awesome. It had the extra little wheel, the mystery wheel, mystery nudge. Oh, such a fun game. And play for hours. And I got to the point where it was a casino inside my hotel. It was a leased casino. So we didn't run it. We had a vendor come in and run it, which is so much easier to do. And I could actually sit there and watch the bar. I could watch the servers, the workers. They were all my employees. I could watch the interactions, what was going on, watch the guests. There was a metal plate on the slot machine that I could reflect and see everything going on behind me. So I'd sit there for hours until they forgot that I was there. And I would sit there and just watch and keep an eye on everything. And every once in a while, we'd catch them doing something they shouldn't do. It was pretty funny. They're like, "How'd you know, man?" And I'd be like, "Well, I've been here for hours. That's how you guys forgot I was here." So yeah, it's pretty funny. It's good times. Collecting. I'm putting a thumbnail on right now. Put it in red with a white surround. It says coin collecting. It's got a picture of these nickels that we see right here in front of me. There it is, coin collecting. We'll put that down, save it, so when people are thumbing through, they can go, "Oh, it's the coin collecting guy again." Yeah, it was good times. I busted a young lady who was drinking on the job. She was drinking vodka out of a water bottle. And I was able to observe her filling her water bottle with vodka. And eventually got her busted and terminated. Went to an unemployment hearing and lost because we had her sign her document stating that she was drunk on the job while she was drunk on the job. And so the unemployment officer found that we were not within our rights to ask someone to sign a document while they were drunk at work. And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but you're establishing that she was drunk at work. So whether she signed the document or not, you're saying she was drunk at work." "Well, no, you can't do that." "Do you collect any British coins?" Sometimes I do. If I have them. I love British coins. I don't have many. So it's pretty funny. I ended up losing that case because we had her sign the "I'm drunk at work" documents while she was drunk at work. I thought that was the most interesting thing I ever heard. Also have people collecting unemployment while they work in Nevada because they don't feel they're making enough money. So they just figure they could collect some more, and they would give it to them. That's when I found out that there was like a main statewide unemployment compensation fund, and it didn't really matter. So we didn't care anymore. All right, whatever. Just claim unemployment. Go for it. Nice augmentation to your income. Yeah, I got a Thin Nickel coming up. It's one of my favorite bands, Thin Nickel. Exactly. I'm drunk. You can't say I'm drunk. It was a great defense. She got her unemployment money. It didn't work for us anymore. She's quite a server, too. She's a fantastic server. We actually didn't know she was drunk until she became sober one day. 1982. Denver. It's been a good box. Wish there was a weekend bank open. It's not like before you can go to a casino and just go, hey, can I have $1,000 in nickels? Question. I was just reading your statement. If you have a question, you need to put a couple of colons there or a ... or a question mark. If you're just saying question, I'll read it that way. Come back with your question if you have one. I'll be happy to answer. There it is. There's a question mark. What's up? What is up? How can I assist you in your quest for knowledge? Time is a ticking. Time's money. Let's go. Get that question out there. Have to move on to one of the other 4 people in here. You can do it. Get that question out quick. People are waiting. There's anticipation around the world. What is your question? How is it going to affect humanity? Are you taking up airtime of people that could have actually asked a question that mattered, or do you have the philosophical question of the week? Let's do it. We're waiting. We're waiting. Or is that a score? Was that a score? Was that a game today? Leadus 19, Very 46. Damn, they got blown out. Yeah, Leadus didn't do very well. They have like some better players on Verity. I'm sorry, I said Verity. I want to make sure I get it right. Can you get t-shirts for Leadus? I want to support them. I want to get them some funding so they can get better players. Unless that's latitude and longitude. Is that latitude and longitude in your language? That's where the money is hidden? That's some sort of a buried treasure? If you go to the corner of Leadus and Verity? Do you feel like you're a spiritual person? I don't feel like a spiritual person. I know I'm a Christian, which could be different than spiritual. I know I believe that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and I'll be more than happy to share that with you offline if you'd like to have a conversation on it. That'd be fantastic. Spiritual can be very negative. Spiritual can be very evil. There's a lot of spirits out there that are not necessarily good spirits. So I don't believe I'm spiritual. I believe I'm a Christian and that Jesus Christ is the reason I'll be in heaven for my forgiveness of sins because I'm a human being. I'm a very flawed human being. How about you? '20 is a great year. Kyle, what's going on? Nice to have you here. Jacob, nice. Nice, Jacob, nice. Glad to have you here. It's always a loaded question. You can feel like you either are or you're not. I'm filled with the Holy Spirit. Doesn't mean I'm spiritual. Convicts me. I am Catholic and I come bearing something interesting if you would be interested in hearing what I have to say in full. Absolutely not. Take your ancient religion and run away. Be gone. In my beliefs, I don't have to stand up and kneel and sit down and take cookies and have some guy touch me to be saved. I have that through Jesus Christ. So good luck to you in your Catholicism. More power to you. Remember that guy that sits over in that other place that tells you what to do? Yeah, my guy's all around. He is a spirit. He's not sitting in some place under a big hat. A bunch of people kowtowing to him. My guy serves people. He doesn't get served. Stone Ward, good to have you here. Ace Ventura. You're full of tequila at the moment? Nice. What kind of tequila? A Reposado or a Blue Agave or some cheap crap from a 7-Eleven? That's usually the best kind. 18, there we go. 2016, 2023, 23. There's 1988 Denver. What's going on here? Toffee Luffy Dragon. Good to have you. Jose Cuervo. Nice job. It's not that 1800 stuff. That's not that good, in my opinion. I haven't had any of the that evil elixir in many years, but I still can taste it. I can taste it in my pores still. I can taste it sweating out of my pores in Arizona in the summers of 1985 and 86. Shout out to whatever their names were and wherever they were from. Didn't really matter back then. Remember the 1800 days? Yeah. You didn't have to think about coming up with a good lie. The tequila did it for you. What do? I invented something. What did you invent? Well, there's no internet, so you can't check on me. I invented the catalytic converter. Ooh, Becky, this is the guy that invented the catalytic converter. He drives a Cadillac? Yeah, no deleting messages, exactly. $2021, look at this guy right here. He was on a podcast talking about some stuff, and some guy says, hey, can I tell you about being a Catholic? And his face blew up right there. I'm not making this up. You're looking at the evidence right here. This is what happened right there. There was an arc of electricity. Boom, baby. I tell you what you can do there, Duke 17, Creighton 46. If you want to drop down into the description down there, there's a gentleman, Edward Moreno, who does a ministry. You can go support them, give them some money so they go feed the homeless. That'd be pretty cool, too. You're in Vegas, got some coins you want to flip. What kind of coins you got? Send me some pictures. I'll be happy to take a look at it. Maybe we can work out a deal. My people get a hold of your people. They can do lunch. Channel email, stevedennis2121@gmail.com. Send a couple of pictures. Show me what they are. That is a weird coin. I'm not sure what happened here. It's kind of neat. Yeah. You can keep that one. Ooh, a commercial. Fantastic. He just made 4 cents. Go team. 28, 30 people here. Nice. Buffalo. Yeah, it's not gold. Some sort of tarnish or something. We're all tarnished in our own way. Ask Arizona 19, Arizona State 46. No, you implied negative stereotypical practice on acts done by some practitioners of it. So OFC, I'm going to stand my ground. I don't know what OFC stands for. What does OFC stand for? Officially for coffee? I got a quarter that has the shadows of double lines. I got lots of those. They're not worth anything. They're not worth anything. You're all being lied to on the internet about coins being worth money. They're not worth anything. It's not worth your time. OFC is, of course. How come there's 3 letters for 2 words? Why is there 3 letters for 2 words, Letus? That doesn't make any sense. It should be OC, of course. OFC, if you have to put an extra letter in there, that's for retards. I'm quoting a movie there. I can say retard because that's from Hangover. Got a quarter that has a side of 170 degrees out of rotation. Nobody cares. It's slang. So why would you have to put 3 letters for 2 words? Don't waste your time looking for crap. There's some mainstream errors out there that people pay for. Go on to eBay, type in sold items, and look what sells. There's a bunch of garbage and people wasting time. Use retarder in painting. There's fire retardants. Yep. They have governors on machines that retard their speed. That's right. Exactly. Some people care. Not nobody cares. Some people care. I have a penny for the 1930s. Cool. What year? Because some of the 30s pennies were worth 6 cents and some of them were worth $600. Just depends on the date and the condition. You're offered 300 for it. You should have sold so fast. You should have sold it so fast. Take that 300 and put it into some sort of stock where you can lose 50% of it one day when it crashes because the government has it set up against you. The man is out to get your money. What year did they switch to the Lincoln Memorial Penny? The Memorial Penny was good through 08, and then it became the Lincoln Commemorative, and then it became that stupid-ass Shield Penny. I'm a cashier. I found a 1919 at your job. Fantastic. Depending on condition, it got to be worth as much as 15 cents or more. Did you know that the 2019 W penny can be worth over $100, while your 1919 penny is only worth $1? Doesn't matter the date. It matters the age, condition, and scarcity. That's the most important part. Date is cool, but not necessarily the determining factor. Keep that in mind when people try to sell you old stuff. One guess. Oh, 30 with a reverse of 1980. NCW with the callback. Nice, NCW. Outstanding. Hey, if you have not subscribed yet, it's middle of the night coin collecting. Date, condition, rarity, number 1. Condition and rarity, number 2. And then the date. The date's the least important part of those 3. The best pennies I can see in my uncle's door is 1981. They're MS69s. They are worth anything in excellent condition. Well, if they're MS69s, they're not in excellent condition. Excellent condition is also a grade. So it'd be like excellent would be 40, 45, whereas 69 is almost perfect. 1981s are copper, so they're worth at least 4 to 5 cents a piece. If they're certified, they can be worth almost $15 because you have to pay $10 for certification. But, it's a common year. You buy rolls and rolls and rolls of them, but they're worth more being copper than they are pennies normally, in my opinion. You have an MS70 circulation strike, that'd be worth some money. 1980 Philadelphia. Chai, West Virginia, TTZ official. What's going on? Coach, you're already blowing another channel out of the water for their whole stream. I know. Thank you for the sparkles. It's a sparkle morning. You see that? We got sparkles already, folks. How come it took him to do sparkles when other people could have done sparkles too? Nobody thought to do sparkles until just now. I feel better now. I feel complete with sparkles. Thank you. If we have is my gift. Thank you. We all know that Rick is right. Who is Rick? Dandy Dave. Who is Rick? We don't know that Rick is right because we don't know who Rick is. Got to have more reference than Rick. R-I-C? There's so many Ricks. Got to have some middle name reference. Rick of Toledo. Randy Rick. Which Rick? Izzy Booth. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Can't just make a blanket statement like that. Rick is right. Rick might be right, but I can disagree with him. I just don't know who Rick is or where he's from. Does Rick have a job? Is Rick a philosopher that sells little bags of leafy stuff? Sometimes that Rick is right. Sometimes he's wrong. Everybody has a Rick. 22p. What nickels are you looking for? Oh, I got you. That was from Casino. See, my bad. Now I wasn't ready for the Casino reference. Holy crap. All right. What nickels are we looking for? We're looking for anything 1963 and older, anything 1980 and older, anything 1990 and older, anything in good condition, great condition, excellent condition. Sorry for the second. I thought you were the guy from Pawn Stars. Oh, I see what you're saying. Rick's a bum on the corner begging for dimes. See, I can't help him. I have nickels. I would have given him nickels, but he wants dimes. Yeah, I get that. You sound like Rick from Pawn Stars quite a bit. I appreciate that. I do Rick Harrison impersonations in casinos and nightclubs here in Vegas. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we kick off tonight's betting, here's Rick. I have a quarter that doesn't show the whole face and it has air bubbles. Would that be rare? No. If it was struck that way at the mint and somehow got released, that's one thing. But when they're damaged after the fact, they're not worth anything. And stuff like that doesn't get out of the mint. Why are those dates important? I collect them all because they don't make this design anymore. They stopped making this design in 2004. It was the first year of a new design. So 2003 and older is this design, so might as well collect all of them. 1982 and 1983, super low mintages for uncirculated coins. They made a lot of them, but they didn't have uncirculated sets. 2009s, keep all those. 2024s, keep all those. I have a dime also. I forgot to get it in my closet. That's all right, Lopez D1. Get that dime. Get that out of the closet. It'd actually be a nickel identifying as a dime. 18, 2022. 19, Denver. Could be a blowtorch. Yeah, it could be a blowtorch. The spiny lizard. What's going on? No, it's a mint release. I can tell because it's full of the same slam, side slam. The back didn't get pressed completely. It was hard to see. Send me a picture of it, but I guarantee you 99.999% it's not a mint release. I guarantee you. Guarantee you. I can go on and bet money that it's not a mint release before I even see it. Would you like to solve a question? I would love to solve a question. The spiny lizard. Thank you, Lopez D1, for being here. This is I Can't Sleep Because the Medicine Hasn't Taken Effect Yet live stream tonight. Thanks for joining us for the, oh my God, it hurts, live stream. What's the question? We're ready to go tonight, the spiny lizard. I'm ready. It's a bit complex. Well, then I'm out. You've already lost me because you put a forward. You know who's the chosen people is everybody's God's chosen people. Shabbat Shalom. Everybody is God's chosen people. It's in the book. You should read the book. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall be saved and not perish from this earth. He didn't say only certain people that believe in him would be saved and not perish from the earth. But for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that anyone who believes in him shall be saved. You may be chosen people as well, but everyone is God's chosen people. It's whether or not we choose God. And you have to ask yourself, is that a bet you want to make where you're going to choose earth's pleasures and reject God and rebel against God and hope that it all works out, or do you want to do the right thing and focus on doing the right thing in your life? Just a question. I appreciate you coming in here with your philosophy, and thought I'd share some of mine unsolicited, much like yours was. Good morning, Devin Morrill. Good to see you. Our moral compass is here now, everybody. Yeah, I'm still waiting on the complex question. 1983 that's a good year. What were you doing in 1983? Mega 95 Benny is here. Welcome, Mega. Or do you go by Mega 95? That's a great radio station. Welcome to Mega 95, playing all your 1987 hits. Friendly Ghostin, thanks for being here. Claymore Goomba says hi. Yo, Goomba. If you divide the mass of 12.5 suns using Epstein's theory of space, how many cookies does Grandma make? I'm sorry. Well, it all depends on how much butter you have, because Grandma doesn't use margarine. So you forgot part of the equation. So we're going to have to assume that part of the equation, that Grandma always had butter, even though it might have been frozen down in the basement. She would always have butter, or she would send one of the grandkids to go get butter. So I'm going to say 48 cookies at minimum, because why would you make less than 4 dozen cookies? Because you know the neighbors and the workers are going to come over and have some before they're all finished, and you got to send 2 cookies per grandchild to school with them, and there's 4 grandchildren, so that's at least 8, which is 1/6 of the 48 batch. I think that would be the exact number. What about the 04 nickels at Louisiana Purchase? If they're uncirculated, they're worth at least a quarter. They're everywhere. I got handfuls. I got rolls of them. The spiny lizard, I know I'm correct. How could I be wrong? Talking about Grandma's cookies. Now, if I was in an old folks' home and someone's trying to offer me some of Grandma's cookies, that's where the STDs begin. You guys want to get some of Grandma's cookies? She's in room 7. Nah, we're good. It's the sound of two pieces of raw chicken skin slapping against each other. Galactic chocolate chips and Milky Way star. Sounds delicious. 1996 Denver. 2006 D. What room was that again? Grandma, put your teeth in. Oh, wait, leave them out. Another believer's on his way. You can see I'm drinking the heavy stuff right now. You have a really cool fact? You give me your cool fact, or I'll give you mine. Do you want my cool fact first, or do you want your cool fact? You go first. I'll let you go first, and I'll do mine. Good to have you here, Izzy. Thank you for joining us. I'll give you two cool facts. Thank you, Devon Morrill. That's our DM. You need to DM me. That's the guy right there. I got two cool facts for you. You go first. Vodka is the vodka in the Propel bottle. Yes, the old vodka in the Propel bottle classic. Yes, thank you. Glad you picked up on that. I'm waiting for a cool fact. Well, you don't. I got a cool fact for you. Then you don't share it. Let's go. Get me all jonesing up. Jones, can you Jones up? I don't know if you can Jones up. You can chub up, but I don't know if you can Jones up. I'm all jonesing now for your cool fact. Don't leave me hanging. Hello, Tom Spins. What's going on? Welcome. Good to have you with us. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight with us is Tom Spins. Thank you, NCW. I didn't bring it up. You're the one who brought it up. Holy crap. Now we got to pay for that. You can Jones down? Can you Jones down? I didn't know you can Jones down. That's good to know. I'm trying to get the slang proper. John Triggle 8203. Good morning, and we're doing great. How are you doing? Am I finding silver coins? Not yet. Not in this one. Not in this one. Do you know that if a person has a migraine and they hit their head 2,000 times on a cinder block, your head will hurt? Very good. The spiny lizard. Here's a couple of cool facts for you. The quickest way to cool down a can of soda is to put it in a bucket of ice full of water and spin the soda really quick. When you pour the water on the ice, it releases the cooling factor and cools down the soda much faster than if you put it in a fridge or even in a freezer. Bet you didn't know that. Here's another cool fact for you. At 30 degrees below zero with a 30-mile-an-hour wind, you have 30 seconds before your skin freezes. Bet you didn't know that. Here's another cooling fact. If you get into a lake that's like 34 degrees, just enough not to freeze, your penis will end up in your lungs. We're not filling a nickel book right now. We're filling a nickel rolls. We're doing rolls by date. So we're doing a whole collection, whole set of nickels by rolls. So I'm going to do 40 collections at a time right here. That's what we're doing. Fana Moko Ebo from SA. What's SA? Southern Alabama? Very cool. Good to have you here. Where's SA? Because SA is in Chicago, but I don't know where SA is. Slothy Head. What's going on? South Africa. Oh, cool. What part of South Africa? The southern part? I've never been there. I would love to be. I know about the Cape and how the ships would go around it and wreck back in the day, and that there's all that gold down there, and got the Cougarans and the Silver Rands and all that stuff going on down there. There's some great music made in the 80s about it. That's a reference for all you 80s people. You're probably laughing on the inside, hoping nobody notices you laughing. Here's another fact. If you sleep with your toes pointed out, your dreams will be about the future. Did not know that. Did not know that. Also, if you sleep with your toes pointed out, you're probably being tortured in prison somewhere. The spiny lizard, thank you. I like to chill. I like to kick back and enjoy. I'm going through coins as a therapy right now, as I'm waiting for the pain medicine to kick in. I tried to tell Amy the penis fact. She isn't buying it. Do you ever find any war nickels? Yes, we do, quite a bit. Today we have not yet, but we found some other cool stuff. Here's a 2025. We find more war nickels than we find 2024 nickels. 1980D. There we go. Yeah. That's why you're my hero. Selling pennies. Penis? Should be easy, at least in Vegas, anyhow. Abe Lincoln, are you talking penis or pennies? Because either way, there's a different marketplace for it. He's selling penis by the roll. What's the deal? What's the deal with 2024 nickels? They just made them in short quantities, low quantities. 36 million is all, which sounds like a lot in general, but if there's 350 million people, that's 1/10 of the population can have one of them. So 36 million of the Denver mint, 90-some million of the Philadelphia mint, but very, very difficult. Très difficile to locate them. I've been filling a new nickel book. I've completed 38 to 79 and one from 70 to 17. Cool. Very cool. We've completed a couple. We're working on our second 38 on book, and we've done a couple of sets, everything but one of the from 1977 or 78 up to date here. I found a kid in high school reading a guy with a dial-in for the, huh? Yeah, we don't talk about that stuff. We don't talk about guys and islands ever. We're not an island speaking channel, unless it's Gilligan's Island. But even then, I got my questions about the professor. 94D. How much are they worth? The 2024s? The Denver ones, $1 and better, and the Philadelphia ones, 50 cents-ish, depending on condition. Quarter. They're not that rare for the Philadelphia ones. They're just hard to find on the West Coast. The Denver ones are. They were selling for $200 a roll at one point. They're down right now. Now's the time to buy them. The price is super cheap on the rolls of 20 to 24 Denvers. Grab as many as you can afford. Don't mortgage anything, but go get them. Found a lot of 64s. Yeah, they made 1.7 billion of the Denvers and 1.1 billion of the Philadelphia, and every roll has one. They're worthless, and they're a pain in the ass. It's the hamburger helper of the coin collecting community. 94p. I'd much rather have a 1992 Philadelphia. Thank you, Slothy Head. Thank you very much. Best way to find out the value of something is go to eBay. Let's take a look at eBay. Let's go to eBay. Oh, there's other places. Yeah, there are other places, but there's eBay. So let's go to eBay, spelled with an E. Here we go. We're going to look at the price of 2024s. You have Australian pennies in the 10s? Nice. So we're going to go 2024, 2024, roll, nickels. Here we go. So a roll of 2024 D nickels, original bank box, is down to $22. They're selling for over $200 at one point. Hell of a deal. They want $6 shipping on that one. Not too bad. Here's 2020 or 2024 Ds for $25 of free shipping. So you look at this one, 22. That's 28.22 right there. You can get a bunch of them for $25 right there, free shipping. 2024 original, $29.75. Here's $30. Here's $19 or best offer for the Philadelphia. I was getting the Philadelphia ones for $8 and $9 at one point. These are ones coming out of circulation, $9.95 for one bid so far. 4 full rolls for $80. Hand wrapped for $13.95. 40 brilliant uncirculated coins for $80. The guy's still begging. $36. I mean, it's all over the board. So what you do is you go to the sold price, go to the filter, go to the sold price. What are they selling for right now? Right there. 2 rolls for $49.99. Here's one coin, 2024p, one coin, $1.85. Here's original bank rolls. Boy, the price on the P has gone up. The $29.77 is nice for that one. $18 for the P. Individual coins, $2 and $3. Crazy prices. Circulated roll of the P's, $22. $26. Crazy. Be interesting if the P price went up above the D price at some point. Here is 41 roll of the P mints for $14 out of circulation. That's what I'm doing, putting them together. Here is 5 rolls for $100. $12 in plastic tubes. You can shop around. There's a bunch of different prices out there. So if I'm looking for the lowest price, but you said the internet lies to us, it does. It is lying to you. It is lying to you. This is eBay. This is not the internet. We're going to sort by lowest price first. There we go. We're going to take out the sold because we want to buy some. We're going to buy some right now. Searching. Where's the lowest price first? I'm going to do buy it now. All right. We're going to sort by lowest price first. There we go. Let's find a roll. 40 coins. 1 nickel. Individual nickels. I want a full roll. BU. Good day from an avid coin collector down under in Australia. Cool. All right, what do we got here? Show me. I don't want the individual. I want a full roll. They're selling 1 coin at a time because that's where you make your money. Here it is, $28 free delivery, $26 free delivery. Way out of price, way overpriced. I was paying low prices on these. Then must have got a bum. Everybody's got some now, and they're not as in one concentrated area as some others. The Denver ones, everyone bought those. So the Denver ones are worth less now than the Philadelphia, which is upside down, just like the world is right now. Let's do this one. Let's take that out. Let's take that out. Roll of nickels. Let's see what we come up with. Do you think the pennies will be worth a lot since they're not making them anymore? No. They stopped making the copper pennies back in 1982. Nobody cared. They stopped making wheat cents back in 1958. Nobody cared. I mean, it's neat and all, but it's only worth what they're willing to be paid for. What would you pay for one? That's what they're worth. Not much. How many thousands of pennies would you like? I got buckets full of them. They're in the way. I keep kicking them. Well, let's just do it this way. Just do, oops, go back the other way to the eBay. Where are you at? Let's go to nickel rolls, BU rolled nickels. Let's just do it that way. BU roll Jefferson nickels. There we go. Do you think the pennies, hello neighbor, I have some Kiwi Crown coins. Cool. I got strawberry kiwi beverage. We're like twins. We're like cousins. 1770. Oh, they want $24 a roll for current nickels. What a ripoff. What a ripoff. 2026D, $19 for that one. Free shipping. You're going to find them in the banks pretty soon. Here's one for $9. 2018. Now, this is where you make some money. You go back, these people are trying to dump their old stuff. 2018P nickels. Let's see if they offer a discount. It's from Nickel Rolls is the name of the company. 100% positive. I'm thinking they're going to have a lot of nickel rolls. See their other items. 2020, 2019, 2018. They're an East Coast company. 2002. 2010. Here's a roll you want to get. 2010P. Not bad for $10. 13's okay. 25D right there instead of picking them out. 1908. 06 might be a good year. 04, not so much. It's all modern stuff. 12. Come on, nickel roll guy. Got so excited with your name. This roll right here, underrated. Underrated right there. Pick as many of those up as you can. Oh, yeah, if everyone turned their pennies in, there wouldn't be a shortage. Banks are turning them away. I'm trying to turn them in. They won't even take them. And nobody's using them anyway. When's the last time you used a penny in transaction? It's the idea of not using a penny in transaction that hurts. But the actual use of it? Yeah, round me up. What do I care? Cost me 4 cents one time this year. Ooh, the world's over. 58, this is another roll. Okay, here we go. 1958, 17 million made. That's less than half of what the 2024 D is. They're only $8 a roll. You should buy as many of those as you can. 58 Denver. Way underpriced. 87 roll. This guy's got a lot of rolls of nickels. $4 for 1940. So they quit making those in 1940 and they're only worth $4.97 a roll. 57P. I'm looking for a couple specific dates which he doesn't have. If you're the nickel guy, where's your 1982s and 83s? Killing me. You claim to be the nickel guy. I don't see any 82s or 83s in here. Was that 10 rolls for $54, $5.40 a roll for 18p? 54p is a tough year. If I was doing sets, I'd get one of those or two of those. I'm going to keep this guy in my phone here. 2017, 54D. What you want to get is your 1982 piece. Here's a question. Why are you looking at the screen, or are you looking at the screen? I'm looking at the screen and the screen. That's a great question. So cool, not since many Kiwi coins in a while. Yes. What's good about the 82s and 83s? Let me show you. I show you. 1982 and 1983. They did not make government uncirculated coin sets, and you could not buy them by the roll back in the day. 1982 roll nickels. They're hard to get. 40 circulated coins, $19. 40 coins, $24. I got rolls here I'm making of these. One nickel, 1982 uncirculated, $9. Here's a roll of gem uncirculated 80D, only $14, but you want 82. Here's an uncirculated 82 Philadelphia for $8. The proof ones, you don't care about that. Here it is, a roll of 1982 nickels uncirculated, $224. $6 a coin. 83D circulated. People go, why are you doing what you're doing? Because this is why. You can get them like this. 1980 nickels. That's exactly what we're doing. A roll of 82D nickels, $87. One roll of each, $48 right there. Yeah, expensive. People pay for them too. I buy them all the time. I can find them. Here's a blazer for $6, free delivery of the 82D. Probably a good price. Here's 82p uncirculated US coin. One coin from the roll, $48.95. Depending on its condition, it could be worth it. Let's go to PCGS. Watch this. 1982p. Come on, get in there. A graded 1982 PCGS. It's a graded 82 penny bronze AU 58. They want $100 for it. Let's go here. George Washington, they're down to $24 now. These things got up to 50 at one point. Let's see here. This might be a good deal if you can get it for that. You know, $30. They're neat coins, but they were not collectible before silver went up. They won't be collectible when silver comes down. Here's the 82 Roosevelt dime. No P mint mark, $550. Probably worth it. They made them accidentally. There's like 11,000 were made without the P mint mark right there. They started putting the P's on in 1980. Yeah. Where are the 82 P's? They don't exist. There's a 82p quarter, AU, $150. Almost uncirculated, $150. Here's a genuine Roosevelt dime. What is this? They want $100 for it? Oh, it's some rip-off guy. So these are the ones you want to go look at. These sold. Where we go? 82 PCGS, filter, sold. Where we got? Where's your sold ones? Right there. See what sold 82 stuff is selling for. Nickel for $6.50, $50 for $13. Those are proofs. Proof. I don't want proofs. I want uncirculated. 82 business strike. MS66 Jefferson nickel, only $28. Probably a good deal. That was March 26th. There's a regular nickel for $28. Penny for $22. Here's a quarter. 1982D quarter for $190, actually sold on March 24th. Probably a hell of a deal. Rainbow toned. $190 for a quarter you had in your pocket. You can still get them. They're just not as a good condition. Any other non-proofs? All these proofs are available everywhere. 82p $half, no FG, $114 actually sold. $114 for a $half. 82D MS65 for $50. Here's a 82p for MS65, only $12. That's a hell of a deal right there. That is the deal of the century right there, only $12.99. Man, if I could find that, I'd buy that. I'd buy that for $25. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. How's that? Old painter, how you doing? Driving for few but listening. Nice. Why were they uncirculated? When they're made initially from the government, they're uncirculated before they go into circulation. So if you could pull them out before they get marks on them or they get circulated, then they have value, especially when they don't make other sets. So like in 1990, they made mint sets. So you can get uncirculated coins from 1990 relatively easy. You can get uncirculated coins from 1971 easier than 1982. And the 2024s and those, they've got plenty of those, but there are a different style finish on them. So the non-satin finish. So there's coins that have like 700,000 made that are worth less than coins that had millions made because all the 700,000 were made uncirculated where the other ones are made for circulation. So it just depends. It's all based on scarcity and condition, and then the age, then the date. But scarcity and condition is number one. Alice, 1 month collector, what's going on? Good to see you. How do they get pulled from without being circulated? Just like this, just like what we're doing. So if I'm the company that wrapped these up, I buy large quantities of coins from the government. They get shipped to me through the Federal Reserve System. I put them into my hoppers and I make rolls to ship out to the member banks. And so I've dumped into this hopper all these coins dated 2023 and 2022, et cetera. So this one right here could be uncirculated. You can have marks on the coin, bag marks and roll marks and all. This one's circulated, I can tell. But this might have been an uncirculated nickel from 2023. So if it was, I probably would have held on to it. But since it's not, there's plenty of them out there. So you can get uncirculated coins in circulation as long as they haven't circulated. So when their first moments out. It's like when their baby's first born, you want to wrap it up real quick in a blanket, keep it fresh. 87P and D, those are circulated. We found some uncirculated coins recently that people bust open their collection sets and put them into the bank. Especially in a bad economy, people are spending their collectible coins all the time. Here we go, folks. This is a rare coin. This is an exciting find right here. This is a 2009 Jefferson nickel from Denver. 2009. Super low mintage, hard to find. A great roll. If you can get an uncirculated roll. This one we're going to put it into an individual holder to keep it preserved in the condition it currently is in. 2009 Denver. The Philadelphia is much scarcer, but the Denver is a great collectible one. I love wheat pennies when we can find them, but we're not searching pennies anymore because they don't exist because the world overreacted. Went from having 300 gazillion, billion, trillion pennies to none in a matter of 4 days because one guy goes, I don't think we should make them anymore. It's amazing how that worked. There we go. 2009 Denver. I got a misprinted holder. 2009 Denver. 2009D. We found this one on 3/29 of 26. I always try to put the dates on them so I remember when I got it. One day I'll find this coin again and remember, oh, that was when I was doing that overnight morning live stream because it had the miscut. Very cool coin right there. What does a roll of those sell for? Let's take a look at our eBay. Let's go to eBay. Let's go. 2009D roll nickels. There we go. $59 for an uncirculated roll. $3.99 for one coin. Average circulated. So these, if you pull out a roll of these out of circulation like I'm doing, they're getting $20 for them or 50 cents a coin. So just average circulated. Let's take a look at their average circulation condition. 2009. They're all 2009. That's actually pretty good. That's not a 2009 right there. That's like a 2001 mixed in. But this one right here is a good looking 2009. If these are the actual coins you're getting, that might be a hell of a deal right there. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so here's the thing on they cost more to make than their face value. So how much does a car cost when you buy a car? Let's say it's $50,000. Just pick 50,000 as a round number. Pick 25,000, whatever makes you happy. So if you buy a car and you use it one time, holy crap, that trip costs you $25,000. But then you use it a second time, now all of a sudden your trip only costs you $12,500. and use it 50 times, and all of a sudden it's only $500 a trip, and the price goes down every time it's used. So if a nickel or a penny was made to be used one time, oh my God, it makes absolutely no sense to make it for 4 cents for a penny worth a penny. But because they're used dozens and hundreds and millions of times, the unit cost comes way down. You can compare a car to currency. You can compare a car to anything. You can compare currency to anything. You can compare anything to anything. You can't tell me I can't compare. I can compare whatever I want. I can compare a water buffalo's taint to an apple. I'd much rather eat an apple. There, I said it. I came out on record on that one. You can quote me on that one. All right, here's one that's almost uncirculated or uncirculated. 2004 keelboat, Denver Mint. Right there. Save wheat pennies when they're more copper than they're worth. Yes, the melt value of the copper penny is about 4 cents a piece. It's a hell of a deal. What's going on here? Broke my stapler. You broke my stapler. Look at all that controversy. My stapler got broke. There we go. We saved it. Saved the stapler. You can compare a squirrel and a banana. Which one's better at climbing trees? Thank you, Dwayne. Dwayne Boyd knows what we're talking about. Oh, no. Look at that. No. Got to do some stapler surgery, folks. Stand by. Get that out of there. Got to be gentle so you don't break off the little piece. Oh, no, I broke off the little piece. Get that out of there. Oh, we're screwed. We are screwed. No. Ow! An entire operation hinges on positive stapling. No. Kicking the ass to coin collectors, indeed. All right, maybe we can get in. Let's get in here with this tool. There it is. Look there. It's right there. That's what was gumming up the entire operation right there. We got it. We got it, folks. We're okay. You can let them go back to the Middle East. We don't need their help over here. Ooh, let's see if it works. All right, here we go. Got to tap it one time, like that, and then it works. Oh, no. No. Get out there. Ah. No. No. I wonder if there's any YouTube videos on how to fix a stapler. Oh, man. I think we got it. Tell me if we got that. Oh, we're good. All right, we're good. We're good. We are good. We're good. Yeah, a few error shots. I appreciate that. I hadn't thought about the error shots. All right, let's give it a shot here. I'll remember this holder. Yeah. Are they all messed up? They're all miscut. Jackass cut them all wrong. They're all miscut. It's not going to fit in any box. I'm going to have to return these. Anyway, this is an uncirculated nickel that got into a roll of nickels. Someone busted open a roll, put it in there. Got some nice toning on it. There we go. 2023. 25. Still putting rolls of those together. Get back to what we were doing here before we're so rudely interrupted by malfunction. 70. 80p. Can't reach now. Tweaked my arm. Appreciate y'all hanging out here early morning on a Sunday. Hopefully you find what you're looking for in life and it's fulfilling and leads you to the promised land. All these other things are distractions. Everything that happens in life is a distraction created to keep you separated from God. Keep that in mind. Every time something comes up that bothers you, every time someone cuts you off in traffic, every time you don't get a promotion the day you thought you're supposed to get it, every time the light turns red when you thought it'd be green, that's all designed by the enemy to keep you from God. Keep that in mind and overcome it with positive thoughts, positive prayer, helping your fellow neighbor and your fellow man, and try not to be a human because it's so hard. Anyway, here we go. How can you tell if you have a proof coin? Usually by the mint. If it's got the S mint on it, modern coins, they're proof. They're shiny. They've got the proof-like surfaces. We found a couple of proof coins recently. Let me show you a proof coin. Take a look at this guy. Right here. This is a 2024 proof dollar. Look how shiny they are. Look at that beauty. I don't want to pop it out, but it's got the Morgan dollar reverse. It's a beautiful coin right there. That's a proof coin right there. Big, bright, and shiny. A non-proof coin has got just the normal business strike look to it. Get in there. Boom, baby. I ordered that right before the mint jacked the price to almost double. They're just trying to make money off the man. Hey, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Help us grow on our way to 61,100 on the Cash or Crash. This one, we're on our way to 10,000 subscribers. Oh, they're definitely beautiful, like a mirror. So it's a mirrored finish. Let me see if I have others here. In fact, let's do a quick look-see at comparing and contrasting. I like the questions. I got answers. Compare and contrast coming up. Don't go anywhere. Comparing and contrasting coming up. Got a bunch of coins here to look at. Comparing and contrasting right now. So look at this coin right here. This is a Buffalo nickel. This is circulated 1916S, very fine Buffalo nickel. We had found one of these in a roll of this date, and we went ahead and sold them. I went out and bought one in a certification. So very fine 30, 1916S, Buffalo nickel. So this one is old. It's got a S mint mark. It's got a scarce date, and it's in better condition. That's a good investment in my opinion. This one here is a circulated. This is a circulation strike. This is just a normal MS67 graded 2019 quarter. I paid $25 for this one, for a quarter from just a few years ago. But it's a circulation strike. You notice it doesn't have the mirror finish on that. So that's just a regular strike with nice reflection on it. Here's one. This is not a proof. This is an uncirculated coin from 1971, probably from a mint set. But I believe the 71 coins are underrated, so I've got that one right there. Let's find a proof coin. Let's see, this is uncirculated, uncirculated. This coin right here is the greatest coin out there right now. You want to buy as many of these as you can right here. This is the 2022 S Mint Maya Angelou quarter. Only 303 plus thousand of these were made. It's the lowest mintage Washington quarter ever that was made for circulation strike. There's some proof coins with less or whatever, special coins like that. But this one was made in roll quantities only. There's only like 7,500 rolls available in the entire world, 300,000 coins. If you go back to 1932, the first year of the quarter, they have more quarters made in 32 Denver and San Francisco than they did this year right here. I recommend you get as many of these as you can. This one's an MS65 Maya Angelou. Get those if you can. Here is another one. It's a Maya Angelou, first day of issue. Got that one. More 71 stuff. This one is an uncirculated, enhanced uncirculated, but it's got like proof-like images around it. Got a couple of these guys. Sequoia, it's low mintage. These are SP70. 70 is the highest grade you can get. So those are $2 that are in the highest possible grade. This is the Abraham Lincoln commemorative silver dollar, probably the uncirculated. Probably, yep, that's the Unk right there. Difference than the one we just saw with the mirror and the frost. So this is a normal that a die crack? No, it's on the box. So that's a nice frosty, uncirculated coin right there. If it was proof, it would have the mirrored-like finish. I'm starting collecting junk silver. Do you know the best way I should do that? Yes, go get some. Just go get some. Get some dimes, get some quarters, get some halves. Here's a proof right here. Now notice the difference between what we just saw and this one with the mirrored surface and the frosty device. That's a proof. Silver right there. Just get some. Get some. Here's an uncirculated 1924. And here's a proof. Difference between the two. Proof and uncirculated. Big difference. Shout out to Kento. My friend Kento died of pancreatic cancer a few years back. He gave me this before he passed away. I will have this to the day I pass away. Kento was a comedian out of Hawaii that saw me doing comedy at the Honolulu Comedy Club back in the 1980s. Bumped into Kento at the airport in Honolulu one day back in 88 or 89, and he says, "Hey, how do I do comedy? I want to do comedy." I said, "Well, get a hold of my friend Eddie at the Honolulu Comedy Club. Tell him I sent you. He'll let you do comedy." So that was 1989. Many, many, many years go by, and in 2010, I'm running a hotel in Las Vegas, and Eddie, the comedy club owner, goes, "Hey, your friend Kento is moving to Las Vegas." I go, "Who's Kento?" He goes, "Remember the guy you gave the start to in comedy?" And I didn't remember anything about it. And he goes, "Tell me more." And he told me, I go, "Oh yeah, that guy, Kento." So Kento came to Vegas and he became my food and beverage director at the Clarion Hotel Casino, Greek Isles. And part of his gig was he had to do a show once a week, manage the bar, manage the restaurant, and do a show once a week. So we had Kento's Asian Invasion show. Very, very funny, hugely funny individual. And so put him in charge. I left. I went to Houston, did all my other stuff. And then I found out he had cancer and came to visit him. And it was sad to visit with him, but I'm glad I had one final visit. And that was a token that he had given me that I will keep with me forever. That's what coin collecting is right there. I collect coins for those memories. I collect coins for those opportunities to remember and to share. I got coins with stuff written on them on the packages that I found with my kids when they were young. And when we find them, we go, "Hey, remember that time when?" They're like, "Yeah, that's great." It's like taking a photograph or a slice of time and putting it into a capsule. That's what coin collecting is. You can also make a crap ton of money with it, but I've already made like $200 with 30 dimes before 64. Nice. I love how U.S. coins have a variety of presidents on them. We have Her Majesty or King Charles. Yeah, it's a different form of government. It's a different way of doing it. Even current president wants to get his picture on stuff, which is just pissing off half the country right now. It's funny as hell. So here's a tip. Whether you like DT or not, whether you're a fan of DT or not, if you're a bigger fan of making money, when the $100 bills and the $1 bills come out with a signature, get as many as you can and hold on to them. Because when the next group gets in, they're going to withdraw them all, burn them all, and outlaw them all. And so the ones that you have in your possession will be worth a fortune. That's just my theory. Just a theory. I don't know anything. But I was the guy at the Pentagon asking the Joint Chiefs of Staff in 1980 about a rescue mission of the Iran hostages while it was underway. Okay, I use that way too often. It doesn't apply here, but it did. I did do that. That was me. I just won a F-book game, 1885 M60 City of Liberty, so I'm very cool. Very good. That's a nice coin. Very nice coin. 21. 1979. So tough to find those in good shape right now. They're not that valuable, but they're hard to find. 92s. 06. 1978 Philadelphia. 2017. 83. Philadelphia or Denver. There's a P. People get stressed out over all kinds of crazy stuff. So keep in mind the things that are hot today that people are paying premium for is not a good investment. If you bought the Beanie Babies at the top of the market, you're nuts. 97p. During the silver run-up, we said buy certified coins. So when silver collapses, not if silver collapses, but when silver collapses, you'll have the value. Coin collecting is a huge addictive dopamine rush when you get hit with orange Trump coin. You can put them on the golden dollars, yeah. So the thing about coin collecting is it's free. It's free to collect coins. So I've got this $2 roll of nickels. It cost me $2, currently worth $2. I can hold on to it for a while, still worth $2. I can spend it in the future, it was still worth $2. You might find something of more value. That's fantastic. But if you get bored, put it back in the bank. It didn't cost you a damn thing. Coin collecting, the world's only free hobby. Collecting air is free. You're absolutely correct. I'm wrong. Collecting air is free. That's a good point. Keon, what's going on? Yeah, we did shut down for a while and came back. We're not still on. That would be funny if I was, though, right? This will be our last roll of the night. Last roll of the night. Get yourself one final skate partner. This will be our final coin skate of the night. Good way to invest, yes, because what I'm doing is I've got tens of thousands of pennies and tens of thousands of nickels that I'm not spending on stupid stuff, that when I need a few extra bucks, I can always take them down and cash them in. But in the meantime, I'm holding on to them. But you're missing out on the interest rate. Right, but if I put money in the interest rate accounts, I'd be spending it on gasoline and food and hookers. This way, when's the last time a hooker took a nickel? That's a bad example. When's the last time? Doing all right, Keon. Right now, we just finished an hour, and I had to take the pill because I woke up in the middle of the night in extraordinary pain, and it's taken an effect, what, about 10 minutes ago? You guys can tell when the shift happened, right? When I went from being cautious and slow because it hurt to out of my way, trolls, out of my way. Hookers are so expensive these days, I swear they're unionized now. So here's the theory, and hear me out on this because this is a true theory. Oh, this is awesome. Look at this one. That's TJ as a cheerleader with the cone of cheer. It's another one of these. Look at that. We got this one earlier. Look at this one right here. That is so cool. And it's on the backside too. Look at that. Must be an Iowa boy. So prostitution, the big P, is legal 45 miles from where I'm at right now. Just over the hill, it's legal. So the only thing that makes something illegal is jurisdiction and taxes. So is it morally okay 45 miles from here, but not here? It's legal. Marijuana is legal in places, but it's also illegal in the exact same places. So which one is being prosecuted? Here's a 2009, another one, 2009D. Whichever one's being prosecuted versus not prosecuting determines what the value is for that community. So just because something is absolute in one place is not absolute in any other place. The only thing absolute is that the only way into heaven is through Jesus Christ. That's the only thing absolute. Just over the hump and perump, exactly. 2025, 2000. It's illegal in all 50 states. It is illegal in all 50 states. However, there are some areas where it has been legalized for that jurisdiction. But it's going to be, because of the tax dollars, they'll be legalizing it soon. They have to be careful, though, because they have so many people in prison for minor drug charges that once they legalize it, they'll probably have to let everyone out of prison. And the prison companies, the private prison companies, they get paid for keeping people locked up, would have a strong lobby against getting people out of prisons because then their beds are empty and they can't charge for that. I'm sure it has nothing to do with justice. It has to do with profitability and shareholders. Doesn't mean profitability and shareholders are a bad thing. That's just a extenuating circumstance behind the non-legalization of marijuana in the United States of America. But I don't know anything. I was in Tonopah as a kid. My parents had to explain why the farms had no cows. Ha! And why all the cows were inside the brothels. Hey now. That was a commentary on my part. No offense to the cows. They got to make a living too. It's different than the donkey show. 97D. Cold World, wear a coat. Thank you. Devin Morrill, you're absolutely correct. You're either paying mortgage and buying gift cards. Here's another 2009. We got 3 in a row here almost. Or you're, yeah. I understand the idea of here's some money, get out of my face with no legal consequences versus the, I mean, it's a lot less expensive to get busted and paying a fine than it is giving half your stuff. If it's certified by a doctor, then you can use it for pain, but yeah, it's illegal here too. Exactly. Randy Marsh, everybody. Randy Marsh is here. What's it like in Colorado this time of year? It's Randy Marsh. We got a celebrity amongst us. Well, McMillan, how can it be legal in the U.S. when you have it largest porn industry? Okay, so okay, watch this. This is very interesting. Let me show you. It's very interesting. This is a true law. This is the true state of affairs. So illegal. How do you spell illegal? 2 L's? A sick bird. Illegal. Paying for sex. All right? That's illegal. That is illegal. Legal. Paying for sex with a contract and a camera. That is legal. Paying for sex is illegal. Paying for sex with a contract and a camera, legal. Illegal, legal. Illegal, legal. Prostitution, movie star. In a casino, if you give $100 to a person so they can touch your stuff, illegal, right? But if you put $100 in a slot machine, push one time, and let the person take the ticket, that's not illegal. And then go have sex. But you can't give them $100 for sex. But you can give them $100 to gamble. They can cash out the ticket, and then you can go have sex. That's legal. If you're just gambling, you're having fun. Turns out you hit it off and you liked each other. It's a sick world we live in. Sick people doing sick things. Sick world. That's why we believe everyone should be wrapped up in a bubble wrap outfit. That's our philosophy. When I run for city council, I'm going to recommend that bubble outfits are required for everyone, even when you're doing yard work. You're owed more money then. Yes, you are. 94p. Keep in mind, allegedly applies to pretty much everything in this conversation today. It's all humorous ideas, anecdotes, innuendos. Nothing you heard here today is real. Everything is make-believe. This did not exist today. This is not live. You're just imagining this. You're in a coma somewhere. Welcome to Recall. Last couple coins, there's a 64. That's rare. I'm going to do a whole video series on the rare 1964 nickel. See how many views we get on that one. Tell them it's worth $1 million and see what happens. Because people want to hear that crap. All right, everyone. Have a good night. I'm going to get some sleep. Appreciate you all. So the tip is necessary under the circumstances. Well, you got to get the tip if you want to get the rest of it. Now I know why my dad told every guy to fuck off from his boss. Oh my gosh. Hey, Heimbach, here's the deal. Go burn in hell, you fucking idiot. All right, y'all have a great night.